What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm up in the Catskills where I'm going to be building a bushcraft shelter, cooking some delicious food, and weathering out a storm that's supposed to hit later tonight. Now it's been about 20 years since I've made a shelter, so we'll see what happens, but regardless, it's going to be interesting and it's going to be fun, so let's get into it. The temperature tonight is supposed to be just around freezing, so I'm not sure if we'll get rain, sleet, snow, or a mix of all three, but it should make it extra interesting because, like I said, haven't made a shelter in about 20 years and we'll see how it goes. About a mile into the trail, just looking to see where I can find a spot to build the shelter and set up camp. So as always, when selecting a campsite, you want to look up because you don't want something like that above your campsite. That is basically a perfectly designed Widowmaker. I mean, look at that. I wouldn't want to walk under that if there's a slight breeze going, let alone a storm. Holy cow. Oh yeah. I think this will do nicely. Nice and open down in the ground. There's no real branches to be worried about over top of me, like all these trees are alive, which is great. If I can find a rock of some sort to put a fire on, I'll build one. If not, I don't need a fire tonight. I've got my sleeping bag with me, so I'll be okay that way. So yeah, I think this will be our spot. Whew, it is getting a little chilly. Now that I've stopped moving, time to put on my fleece. Oh yeah, that's better. First order of business is finding out if I can find a rock so I can have a campfire in here. Because if not, that'll maybe affect my campsite location. So let's see what we can find. So the challenge is finding rocks that are big enough to be useful, but actually can be moved. Now this is a level of movement that I can work with. Ooh, well, you look at that. That's basically perfect. Think about here. It's about right. I think that should be enough, but I guess we'll find out. If I need to, I can get some more later, but for now, let's get this shelter set up. So I want to avoid cutting down trees as much as possible, and I think this one will work well for a ridge pole at least, so let's get that back to camp. First one down, several more to go. I think some of the branches on that will do nicely. I want branches that are strong enough and relatively straight, and I think this one will do. So my plan right now is just to build 2 tripods here, ridge pole across, tarp extending down into the direction that the wind's coming from. And because it's a little bit windier than I expected, I'm gonna just build it a little lower to the ground than I otherwise would, just to lower the wind profile. So I already start to hear a little bit of sleet coming through at times, so definitely need to get cracking here. So I cut this first log, which I'm gonna use as kind of my measuring log to make sure the tripod legs are roughly the same length. So I initially started building the second tripod a little further away, but then I realized I'm gonna want to make this about the same height, so the ridge pole is hopefully relatively even. So I brought them over here to hang out with their friends. You could run a sailing ship with this much cord, but you know, first time and all that. Now, that'll do. Well, we got the frame done just in time. The rain or whatever it's gonna be has started. So, time to get the tarp up and get our stuff underneath it. Needless to say, this has been a learning experience. And I think it'll work, but this is not a good shelter by any means. Thankfully the wind is not too bad. That was my main concern. So I think we'll be okay on that front. Good news, we're making progress slowly but surely. Bad news, it's progress. I wouldn't say we're doing great, but you know, it is what it is. My light is about to die, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on into the tent and charge my stuff and get everything situated inside. Well, friends, this has been an interesting one. The main issue is that the ridge pole is too short, so the tarp is not as fully taut as it should be, nor is it as expansive in here as it should be. But thankfully, the wind is pretty mild thus far, and I don't have to worry about it shifting direction, so fingers crossed that that stays the way. So I should have enough space to set my sleeping mat and my sleeping bag and be dry and covered, so that's good. Part of me is bummed the storm isn't a little bit more intense, but part of me is also glad given the structural challenges we've run into so far. So all things considered, probably for the best. Oh man, I am tired. Whew. Bedtime is gonna feel great. This makes me appreciate the people who do more elaborate shelters. Like I said, this is gonna be a learning experience. Never had that happen. I hit the out valve on my pad and it just burst open. Alright, so we gotta redo a step and then we can set up the sleeping bag. This is gonna feel extra good later. Like, it always feels good to get in the sleeping bag, but today's gonna be a good one. The storm has mostly stopped, or it seems to have, although the wind has started to pick back up again. It was supposed to continue until early in the morning, so we'll see what happens. But for now, I am going to make this fire pit, get some firewood processed, and then, I hate that word, processed. I'm gonna cut some firewood. I don't know why it's called processed. Anyways, I'm gonna cut some firewood, get the fire going, and start cooking dinner because it's getting late. For tonight's feast, we're gonna have some delicious burgers. So I got the meat, mushrooms, and onions to put on top. I'm gonna wait for the smoke to pass, I guess. All right, Swiss cheese, tomato, obviously buns, sesame. Decided to get the good stuff this time. And then I've got a carrots and ranch for my snack. So let's get to it. I've got some oil for sauteing everything, Italian seasoning and garlic powder, and some black pepper. So I put the burgers just directly on the flames, and do I have anything to turn it with? No, so I'll just use sticks, but should be good to go in a little bit here. Oh yeah, those are stewing up nicely. I think 2 of these will tone out well, and 2 will turn out somewhat burnt, but that's okay. this. Let's see. Oh God. Oh no. No. Yes, I see why people invented spatulas. Or tongs, really, I guess. Look at how flat those buns are. I wasn't gonna be able to melt the cheese on top of the burger themselves, the burger patty, so I just put them on with the onions. Just kind of mixed it all together. Not as appetizing, but it'll taste delicious. That'll have to do. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot my tomato. That would have been a bummer. Oh, I'm so ready for these. Oh yeah. Like, look at that. Definitely a little charred on the outside, but tastes delicious in the inside. Oh yeah. Just exactly what I needed right now. Do I wish I had the chair that I bought expressly for this purpose? Yes, I do. But I left it behind because it felt a little weird to bring a chair on a bushcraft trip. It's kind of against the spirit of the thing. Which in retrospect is a very, very dumb opinion of mine, which I will be correcting immediately. But I also wanted to save the space, so that's a bit more reasonable. Well, friends, this is going to be delicious, and I'm going to enjoy it quite thoroughly. And then I'll get ready for bed and catch you when I get into the sleep bag. Oh, it has been a long day full of learning experiences. Thankfully, I think the shelter is stable and keeping me dry, so that is what matters most. The sleeping bag was getting a little wet earlier, but I shifted it a little bit, so hopefully it's more covered now. Got some delicious breakfast plans tomorrow. Looking forward to that, and then maybe do a little bit of hiking and then head on out. So I'll catch you in the morning. Gotta love rain falling on a tent. Oh, good morning. I actually slept pretty well, all things considered. No bumps in the night, which is great. But it's time to get up and make breakfast and see what the day has in store for us. What a beautiful morning. This is why I love waking up in the woods. I mean, it does not get much better than this. Holy cow. All right, I think I'm gonna change up the tarp a little bit for the morning since it's not stormy anymore. Make a fire, cook some breakfast. Much better. Time to get some more firewood because I am starving and really want to make breakfast. Yeah, I have a few logs I split yesterday that are still usable, but definitely need some kindling. So for this morning, we're going to make a delightful little breakfast hash. So I got some ground beef, sweet potato. That's for you, Justin. Justin from Alaskan Nomads, for some reason, doesn't like sweet potatoes, which is mind-blowing to me. You should definitely check out their channel, though. They do great stuff. And I also have the onion from yesterday, as well as some maple syrup and just oil to cook it in. So, should be delicious. Let's get it going. So right now, I'm just cutting the sweet potato into small cubes that are probably too small, but I've never done this before, so don't really have a frame of reference to go by. As always, good time to be doing something for the first time is when you're in the woods. That is basically the channel's motto at this point. Yeah, just kind of throw these in with the onions, let them cook for a little bit, and then add the beef and scramble it all up. And of course, gotta put in some spices. Oh yeah, that is looking good. Let's see how she tastes. It's a little hot, which, you know, makes sense to just pull it off the fire. The maple syrup is a nice touch. Adds a little bit of sweetness, but definitely could have used a bit more on the spice front. It's a little bland for my liking, but the potatoes turned out perfectly, which I'm impressed by. Look at that goodness. The only major bummer is I completely forgot to bring coffee, which would have been just perfect here, but oh. Oh well. So I'm gonna enjoy this and then back up and head on out. Much better to hear that sound when I'm intending for it to happen versus triggering it by accident. And now for the fun part, taking down the shelter. There's enough rope in here to hold off an invading army. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's okay. Better to have too much rope and a little bit too secure than the opposite, that's for sure. Last but not least, timber. One thing I hadn't really thought of when I was about the bushcrafting is it's much harder to leave no trace, or you're gonna leave a trace somehow, but I'm gonna at least put the tree limbs back where I found them or cut them and, you know, try to spread out the evidence of my camping here so the spot is as pristine as possible. All right, now the fire pit is disassembled. Everything is cool to the touch. I poured water over that rock because it was still warm. But now we can head out. Let's get out of here. The trick is to remember how to get back to the trail. I should just go down this hill until I hear the creek, and then the trail is right next to the creek, so should be pretty easy to find. So this is the northernmost part of the Catskills. I believe that is Blackhead or Black Dome. And we're basically on the western edge of the escarpment trail. This area is probably my favorite, or the southern part of the Catskills that was at a couple videos ago. Just gorgeous. Well, I'd say the trail is iced over in sections. It is such a privilege to be able to get a spot like this all to myself. Like, I haven't seen anyone else since I've been on the trail. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, friends, I'm almost at the trailhead, so thanks for following along. That was an interesting time. Definitely wish I had made the ridgepole a little bit longer and kept a bit more of my stuff dry, but I only got sprinkled a little bit throughout the night, so it wasn't too bad. Food was delicious. Campfire was great. It is unbelievably gorgeous to be out here. I'm so blessed to be able to do this, and yeah, just very grateful. Thanks for following along, and I'll catch you next time.